Hello traders, and welcome into another big edition of the WizeTRADE University. Welcome aboard, and as you know, here at WizeTRADE University we are dedicated to giving you 1 full hour of training each and every day on WizeTRADE TV. Today is the day that you've been waiting for. This is a much anticipated session, and a session that will live on for a long time to come. I'm Tony Marino alongside CommandTRADE strategist Derek Seek, and today's lesson is on the CommandTRADE FX, CTFX. All right, Derek, good afternoon.
How are you, Tony?
I'm doing well. And I should mention, I guess, that Derek is a new dad, too.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations.
Well, I certainly appreciate that.
All right. If you have any questions along the way, because we do have an awful lot of information. Derek has a lot of stuff that he's going to review, obviously. If you have questions, and I know you do, send those to info@commandtradefx.com. All right? Because we have so much to get through, and most of the questions would probably require somewhat of a lengthy answer, info@commandtradefx.com, and then your email will be answered. All right, so where do we start, Derek?
Well, I think the best place for us to start is at the beginning, and let's make sure that we all have a good, solid working definition as to just what exactly is CommandTRADE FX. I'm sure we've heard about it, so let's all make sure that we're on the same page with a good, solid working definition. CommandTRADE FX is a fully automated, server-based trading platform for the currency market. Okay, this really represents the apex of WizeTRADE's technology. You know, we've been building trading technology for nearly 10 years now. The result of that trading technology, or the building of that trading technology, is what we're going to look at today, CommandTRADE FX, fully automated trading for the currency market. This is server-based, meaning that, you know what, your computer doesn't even have to be turned on. It's the CommandTRADE servers that are entering and exiting trades based on your strategies.
And so, I just want to throw this out there, too, just, you know, because I'm proud of it as part of the company. You mentioned, you know, been building technology, trading technology for nearly 10 years, and quite frankly, just the best at it.
Well, absolutely. I'm proud to be part of the team, no doubt about it. So since we got a great working definition of what exactly is CommandTRADE FX, what we're going to do today is pretty much your introductory lesson to CommandTRADE FX. A lot of new people are out there on the software, starting to poke around, starting to learn how to use the software. So this is going to be a good starting point for you. Today, what we're going to cover is the overview screen. We're pretty much going to click on every button within the overview screen, make sure you have a good understanding as to what each button does. And then from there, we're going to venture into the Trade Manager, click on the different subsections within that Trade Manager, and we're also going to spend some time on the Account Allocation screen. The Account Allocation screen is how you tell CommandTRADE to invest your money. So make sure you pay close attention to the Account Allocation. It's probably going to be the very first thing you do when you log into CommandTRADE FX for the first time.
If you are already a command trader, obviously a lot of this is going to look pretty familiar to you.
No doubt about it. If you own a WizeTRADE product, whether it's WizeTRADE Forex, WizeTRADE Options, or WizeTRADE Stocks, you're going to see a lot of functionality that's familiar to you. The reason we did that, I mean, we did that on purpose, okay? The reason we did that, so the very first time you log into CommandTRADE, or the very first time you log into CommandTRADE FX, you're going to be comfortable. You're going to see stuff that you recognize, and hopefully getting into that software and being comfortable is going to help you in the transition from being a manual trader to an automated trader. Okay, so well, let's get right to the stuff here. Let's jump right into the software. We're going to start off in the top right-hand corner of our screen where we see the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and the dollar yen. These three currency pairs pretty much represent our major currency pairs out there. Okay, these by far seem to be the majors out there in the market. These are the ones that pretty much people look at to gauge what's going on in the world of currencies.
Three of the 6 majors, and probably, you know, the 3 most major of the 6 majors.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Because the market is open right now, we are seeing these numbers update in real time. So at a quick glance, top right-hand corner of your screen, you can gauge exactly what's going on out there in the currency market. Now, directly above those 3 currency pairs, you're going to see your realized P&L and directly to the left of that, your unrealized P&L. Now, what I've done is I've pretty much reset my account here so it looks exactly as it would look for the very first time logging into the software. So my realized P&L, 0. This is a brand new account. Let's make sure we have a good definition of realized P&L. What we're talking about is realized profits and or losses. So these are chips that CommandTRADE has taken off the table for you. These are trades that have entered and exited. Directly to the left of that, your unrealized P&L, well, those are going to be trades that are still in play. Okay, those are trades that we're still in. Those are chips that are still out there on the table, and trades that CommandTRADE FX is still actively managing. Okay, one more time, your 3 major currency pairs. Directly above that, your realized P&L, trades that you've cashed in. That's money that actually goes into your wallet. Unrealized P&L, trades that are still at play. One thing that's really cool about the software is there's a lot of right-click functionality. We're going to explore some of that later throughout the course of this training session. One of those opportunities to right-click is right here, and you can choose to display P&L values, or you can choose to hide P&L values. So what we've done is, for the guy that tends to be a little bit of an emotional trader, he doesn't want that P&L number to be staring at him. Right-click, display P&L values, right-click, get rid of those P&L values.
It's also good for when you have your buddy come over or a relative. You want to show them the software, but you don't want them to see how much money you have.
There you go. Directly underneath your unrealized P&L, the news icon, the streaming news application. That's WizeTRADE's streaming news application. Clicking that is going to launch a news application. Within that news application, you're going to get real-time financial news delivered to you. You can spend some time customizing that news application so that you're only getting the news that matters to you. All right, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time in the news application. Most people are pretty familiar with it, and it's really easy to figure out.
Yeah, I was going to say, again, if you already have streaming news, which most people do, you know that you can kind of customize the news to the various sources, get the information that you want, and things like that. So
very good. Let's go to the symbol row. Follow my mouse. We're going to go to the left-hand side of the screen. This is your symbol row. Okay. Basically, all you need to do is click in this box. When you click in that box, you're going to see that you'll get a little drop-down display. And what that drop-down display is going to allow you to do is change your currencies. One thing that's also really neat about this symbol row is that you have certain right-click functionality. Simply right-clicking on this row will allow you to customize the software a little bit more. So when it comes time to change a symbol, click on that symbol row. When you click on that symbol row, again, you have the ability to go ahead and change ticker symbols there and just go ahead and explore. There are some added currency pairs in this version of the software. Soon, automation will be available for those currency pairs as well.
Kind of like you have on WizeTRADE for Forex right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go ahead and click one of those. You'll notice that, hey, anytime you choose a currency pair, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to get a series of red lights and green lights back. Those red lights and green lights are WizeTRADE's algorithm. That's the demand-supply algorithm. Green lights indicating that demand for that currency is great, and that price is going to be probably heading higher. Red lights indicating that, you know what, there's more supply than there is demand, and that currency will probably head lower over that given time period. So,
I see red lights and green lights along 8 different time intervals.
That's correct.
Looks vaguely familiar.
Absolutely. One thing that you'll see right off the bat, if you're a WizeTRADE for Forex user, you have 7 time intervals. As a CommandTRADE FX user, you have 8 intervals. I forgot to show you guys the right-click functionality over here. So here we are, right on the symbol row. If you right-click on it, you have a couple different options here. If you don't want to see the bid-ask, and if you don't want to see the tenths, currencies are now being priced not only in pips, but they'll actually go out to the tenth.
Yeah.
If you want to see the tenth, you can select that. If you don't want to see the 10th, unselect it. So again, you have all kinds of built-in right-click functionality.
I personally don't like the tenths, but some people probably do.
Yeah, some people like them, some people don't. Again, the software is customizable so that you're getting the information you want when you want it. Everyone's software is going to be configured just a little bit differently at the end of the day. Let's keep moving forward here. Behind each one of these green lights and red lights, of course, resides that WizeTRADE algorithm. I'm going to go ahead and click on this long-term chart. You'll notice that when I do click on that long-term chart, we're going to get that that green light, red light algorithmic chart. Again, that green line representing buying pressure, red line representing selling pressure. When those lines intersect, typically, hey, you know what? That's when you had to be at your computer. That's when you had to react. That's when you had to take action. Now, through recent advancements in technology, CommandTRADE FX is simply going to move you into and out of the market for you. And again, your computer doesn't have to be turned on. So we're looking at this chart area right here. One thing that's really important to know is that, you know, the very first time you log into the software, you might have a funny looking chart like this. Okay? It's going to pop up. It's going to be small. So what do you need to do? You just need to take your mouse, grab the corners of it, drag it, drop it, put it in the size and shape that you want. Once you've done that, you're going to right-click inside your chart, and you're going to set the default location. Okay? Once I've set the default location, anytime I pull up a chart, it's going to land in that area. Okay?
Sweet.
All right. Keep going here. Long-term trend here. Something else that's really cool about CommandTRADE FX, you know, you guys are pretty much used to looking at this 20 interval view, meaning we're looking at 20 historical months. I'm on the long-term trend now. Within CommandTRADE FX, you get a lot more historical data. A lot more historical data. I'm going to go ahead and right-click inside, go to the intervals, and from the intervals, I'm going to select 50 intervals. So again, I'm looking at 50 months, or you know what, if I go down to a 10-minute window, I'm looking at 10 intervals, or pardon me, 50 intervals of 10 minutes of time.
And again, some people are going to want that information. That much information. Other people may not want that much information, so you can stick with the standard 20, you can go to 30 or 50, right?
No doubt about it. The customization doesn't end there. Again, anytime you want to customize, you do so by right-clicking within your software. Now, I've showed you the right-clicking within the chart to do some customization. You can actually go to your Properties tab, set that default time interval to 50. That way, every time you open up a chart, it's going to go to that 50 time interval. You can change different colors right in and around this area. Make sure you get into the software, explore through that. And then, you know what, if you've done something that you don't like, you can always set it back to the default. You can always go back, set it back to default. Right-hand side of your screen, this area right here we call a streaming data field. Why? Because there's a lot of market information coming to you. It's streaming in real time. Again, that area is completely customizable so that you're getting the information you want when you want it. I'm going to go ahead and right-click within this area just so you can go ahead and learn how to customize this. By right-clicking inside the streaming data field, I'm going to get a pop-up window here. And what this allows me to do is use this drag and drop technology by simply dragging and dropping, and it allows me to customize the data points that I like to look and see. So say, for example, I'm the type of person that's really interested in 3-day highs, 3-day lows, 5-day highs, 5-day lows. By using this drag and drop technology, what am I doing? Well, I'm customizing that streaming data field. So again, it's giving me the information I want based on my trade style. Okay, keep moving forward. Again, a lot of data in and around this area. This is open, high, low, close, and volatility associated with that time period. Say, for example, if I click my mouse right over here, it's going to show me the time, what the currency opened at, how high it traded, how low it went, and where it closed for that time period. And then, of course, we're counting volatility as well. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the charts. Good high-level overview of the charts. Remember, anytime you want to customize, you customize by right-clicking within that chart. Another thing to remember, make sure you go into your properties like I showed you, set that default time to 50, and also set that default location so that you don't have that tiny little chart popping up. You have the chart pop up exactly where you want it to, okay? Okay, we went over the symbol row. We've gone over the red lights and green lights. We've gone into some of the charts there as well. What's next? Well, follow my mouse. We're going to go to the lower left-hand corner of the screen where we're going to look at the sort button. The sort button right here, lower left-hand corner of the screen. You know, nothing new and exciting here. Just as the name would imply, that sort button allows you to sort the currencies in the way that makes the most sense for you. So watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to click on sort and say, for example, you know, the vast majority of my trading revolves around the euro dollar. I'm going to highlight the euro dollar, move it up to the top of the screen, and then save the changes I've made. What happened? The euro dollar currency pair went to that first time slot. Next time I log into the software, that euro dollar pair is going to be right there so I can see it. Make sense? Sort allows you to sort the currencies in the way that makes the most sense for you.
In essence, anything that you may want to change over the course of time, a lot of people have used a lot of our software products and always say, you know, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could do that, or this is great, but it would be cool if I was able to do that. You can do anything you want to do on this. Any aspect of the software, the trading window, the chart that you want to change, you can change.
No doubt about it. I mean, the software has a lot of customization features so that it has the look and feel that you want it to have. I'm going to go right back into that sort button right here. Something that I like to do every time I log out of the software, I like to go ahead and clear all the symbols, okay? So what I've done is I've just simply highlighted all the symbols. I'm going to clear all. I'm going to save the changes. Now I have a blank overview screen. The next time I log into the software, guess what? It's going to log in, it's going to load in much faster because it's not pulling all that historical data for 15 different currency pairs. When I log in, it's simply going to go boom straight into the software, and then from here, watch what I'll do. Again, if I like that euro-dollar currency pair.
So this is like a little inside tip you're giving.
Okay. Yeah, especially for those guys that like to run wirelessly. You know, you have your laptop, you're wireless. This is the type of thing that's really going to help you out each and every morning. Why? Because the software's not pulling that much data when you load up the software.
All right, so this loads it up.
That's right.
Much quicker.
And then from here, what do? Well, we click on the symbol row. There's my euro-dollar. Boom, green lights, red lights. Okay. That probably makes a lot of sense, so let's keep moving forward here. Let's talk about baskets. Now, before we go into baskets, let's make sure we have a good definition as to exactly what a basket is. A basket is simply a collection or a grouping of currency pairs. Okay, so say for example, you have a morning set of currency pairs that you like to trade, an afternoon set, an evening set, whatever. Well, you could create a morning set of currency pairs, an evening set of currency pairs, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and click on this basket function, and what you're going to see is a predefined folder. Now, the predefined folder here shortly will be populated with all the currencies. And what I mean by that is you're going to have all the dollar pairs, all the euro pairs, all the yen pairs.
See, now initially I was thinking it's not like stocks where there's 35, 40,000 symbols to choose from. I mean, there's only so many currency pairs. Why do we really need baskets? But then I start thinking you can have an interest rate announcement basket.
You've nailed it on the head.
A non-farm payroll basket. All things U.S. dollar basket, whatever.
Absolutely. Right? So predefined, you'll be able to open it up. You'll see all your dollar pairs, euro pairs, so on and so forth. Right now, those have not been added to the server, so they're not there. But of course, you can feel free at this point in time to create your own baskets. I think probably most of us are pretty comfortable with baskets. Again, just a collection or a grouping of currencies. Here in the future, you're going to see that predefined folder updated with your euro pairs, yen pairs, dollar pairs, pound pairs, so on and so forth. So let's keep moving. We got a lot to cover and not a lot of time. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of the baskets here, and let's go directly to the right of the baskets and talk about the interval manager. The interval manager really speaks to the settings on the lights. Okay, really speaks to the settings on the lights. Again, a longer-term trader, intermediate trader, shorter-term trader, day trader, super active trader. Well, guess what? Each one of them is going to have a different setup or a different template based on their trade style. I'll go ahead and click on the interval manager here. And again, what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing some predefined templates for you. These predefined templates are designed for whatever your trading style might be, whether you're longer term, intermediate, short term, or you're doing that super active day trading. Just to kind of emphasize this, I'm going to compare a position trader who's going to look at a long-term, mid-term, and short-term trend. His largest minute light is going to be a 720. His lowest minute light is going to be a 60. Now let's compare that to, say, for example, the day trader. Well, the day trader is going to be looking at the short-term trend. That's your daylight, a 720, but he goes all the way down to a minute light. And then, of course, right underneath that day trading style, we have that hybrid style as well. Okay. Again, speaks to the lights. Speaks to the lights, how your lights are set up. If you're a day trader, well, you're going to have a different light setup than a swing trader, intermediate trader, position trader. We've done a lot of that work for you. We've given you some templates to help get you started there.
Yeah, and then again, these are the predefined setups. Like, for example, if you're Joe, you can have Joe's setup.
Absolutely.
Just like on all the other softwares.
Sure. Let me show you exactly what Joe would do in that particular situation. Say, for example, Joe likes to look at a 2-minute. What I've done is I've just clicked interval at the bottom, saved my change there, And then maybe Joe likes to look at a 5-minute. Save my change there. And then maybe he likes to look at a 7-minute. So what I've done is I've customized my light setup. I'm going to go down to my interval manager, create interval from overview settings. I'll create a folder, we'll call it Joe's, and then Joe's setup. Now I have my own custom template right there, Joe's setup.
Yeah, and that, which is what most traders do eventually. You know.
You're right. A lot of guys are going to get started with those predefined templates, and then from there they'll expand a little bit and say, you know what, I like the 5-minute, but maybe the 3 minutes fits me a little bit better. So get used to your interval manager. Get used to going through, making some changes, and then later on down the road, once you've really gotten accustomed to this software, chances are you might refine your trading style, might stray a little bit from that predefined template and build your own customized template.
All right.
Okay, let's keep going here. Follow my mouse. We're going to go to the top left-hand corner of the screen here, where you see that little gray S. That little gray S stands for strategy. What is a strategy? A strategy is a game plan for entering the trade, a game plan for exiting the trade. CommandTRADE FX simply automates this entire process. Okay, let's go ahead and click on that little S, and the strategy pop-up window will appear. Basically, the strategy pop-up window is asking you, hey, what type of strategy do you want to use? Do you want to use a predefined strategy? That's a strategy that's shipped in the box, ready to go. Right underneath that, you're going to find a community strategy. A community strategy is a strategy that CommandTRADE FX users are building and sharing with each other, literally from all over the world, all walks of life. And then directly below that, you're going to find your user-defined strategies. These are maybe strategies that you've modified a little bit to better fit your trading style, or maybe you've created a strategy entirely on your own. That will live in the predefined, or pardon me, the user-defined folder.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on strategies here in this particular lesson. I do want to show you, hey, open up your predefined folder. You're going to see that there's a lot of strategies.
So after Joe develops his own strategy, then he's going to have, that's going to be in the user-defined strategy, Joe's strategy.
You're absolutely correct. Right. Not going to spend a whole lot of time here. I'm going to highlight the day trade short for the euro-dollar. You'll notice that when I highlight a strategy, a complete strategy description appears here. It's important that you read these strategy descriptions to make sure that, you know what it's trying to do is in line with your investment goals. If that makes sense to you, great. What are you going to do? You're going to load the strategy, click through the standard risk disclaimer, and then right here, you'll see day trade short, euro-dollar. It's attached. Guys, at this point, we're one click away from being on cruise control. Let's go ahead and do that. There you go. Once that off turns to on, the CommandTRADE FX servers are now in charge of watching this currency, seamlessly moving you into and out of the market based on the conditions of your strategy. And again, your computer doesn't even have to be turned on.
This is where the set it and forget it, comes in.
Absolutely.
You put your strategy on and you go do whatever.
Absolutely.
Sleep, play golf.
There you go, my friend. One last thing that we got to show you here on the overview screen. Remember, we talked about the customization. We did some customization within the charts. Let's do some customization in and around this area right here. This is another streaming data field. Again, maybe you like to look at critical price levels, highs, lows. Maybe you like to trade in and around moving averages. Simply right-click in this area, again, and you have this whole drag and drop functionality available to you. There's approximately 60 different data points in which you can customize this software. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't have to customize it, but that ability is there for you. So again, maybe you like to look at, 3-day highs, 3-day lows, just use that drag and drop technology. Watch what I'm doing. I'm just simply dragging and dropping. And once I've done that, that whole streaming data area will change based on my changes.
You could be like Tony Marino. You could say, hey, I got CTFX because I don't want to do any work.
Absolutely.
I just want to make it simple.
I think 90% of our customers are going to do that and just say, hey, you know what, I'm just going to leave it alone. Some of our customers really like to get in, customize it so their software is doing and looks and feels exactly the way they want to. Right back into the software here again. This little button right here. Okay, this lets you color code things. again, using that drag and drop technology, I'm just going to drag and drop, and now I'm adding color.
I was wondering why you had the Italian flag on there.
It was for you.
That's my contribution to CTFX.
Okay. We need to spend just a minute right here as well with the 0 and 0.0 and 0.00 and so on and so forth. Well, remember, each currency pair trades a little bit differently. It has a different number of digits past that decimal point. Say, for example, if you look at the dollar-yen pair, well, it's only 2 digits after the decimal point. Compare that to like a euro-dollar, well, you can go out to 4 digits past that decimal point. So this area speaks to how the number is going to be displayed. So if it's one of those numbers where no decimal points are used, just use this 0, drag it, and drop it. If it's a number that 4 decimal points are displayed, scroll down all the way to the bottom, drag it and drop it, and now all the decimal points will be displayed. So as you go through, as you do some customization, you may need to change where the decimal point is and how that works. That's going to be those little zeros in and around that area. Worst case scenario, you've gone through, you've made a lot of changes, and you don't like any of the changes that you made. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to click this button, Reset to Defaults. And it's going to bring it right back to how the software was shipped to you with last, bid, ask, high, low, so on and so forth. So I've gone ahead and reset it to defaults. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that. I think for the most part, we've covered the entire overview screen. Couple things left real quickly. Blue screen. See this right here? The background's blue. That means we're in a paper trading mode. If it's red, you're in a live mode. Top left-hand corner, right in and around here, different launching pads. I can launch the backtest, the trade manager, and the web interface.
And I imagine you'll be doing some of that in the next half of the program.
Just the trade manager today.
Okay.
So we knocked out the overview. Next, we're going to knock out the trade manager.
All right, and again, I'm sure you have questions. info@CommandTRADEFX.com. That's where you can send your questions, all right? info@CommandTRADEFX.com, and then you will get a response to your question via the email. Quick break, and we're back for the second half of WizeTRADE University. Stay with us.
Well, I think simplicity is important. That's the reason I developed WizeTRADE, red light and green light. And to me, keeping it simple is the best way to keep people involved, number one, and number two, to help them become extremely successful in the markets. My goal with WizeTRADE is to help people become very successful in the markets, have the ability to watch the show, get some ideas, get some strategies, and make money in the market.
WizeFest 2008, United We Trade.
I love it. I really am enjoying it every moment.
The energy is amazing.
When I came to the first one, it was just a blast, and I've had a blast every year.
Everybody's having such a good time, but I feel like I'm in school because I'm taking these classes and I'm actually learning things.
The way the thing runs is you can't help but get smarter, and that helps you make money. So coming here, I knew it would make me money.
I'm going to be around people that do the same thing I do, have the same passion, and get some hints from how other people trade.
I love the speakers. They give me a lot of encouragement.
WizeFest is great. You sit and you learn from the best. You learn from the professional trainers how they do certain strategies. You can ask them questions because they're right there.
You don't want it to end because you just feel like you're getting so much information, you're meeting so many people.
I thought it was fantastic. Can't wait till next year.
Hey traders, mark the date. WizeFest 2008 is scheduled for September the 3rd through the 6th. To register, go to wizefest.com. See you there.
CommandTRADE sold stock while I was at work.
Yeah.
For a $711 profit.
Wow.
Awesome.
CommandTRADE can not only complete one trade in 9 seconds, CommandTRADE could open and close 20 trades in 9 seconds.
I am fantastic. I have to tell you, I'm so excited I could hardly sit still.
This morning, I was up $571 in the first 9 minutes. I was so thrilled.
You come home, you turn on your computer, and there's your computer smiling at you with $300.
This stuff is absolutely fantastic.
We're going to take a look at the stocks on radar, and in case you're wondering what Trade Trap is, CommandTRADE shows you how to trap them, setting an effective strategy.
Watch Command Central, weekdays 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 Central, only on WizeTRADE TV.
Hey guys. We have a fun game we're going to play today. It's red light, green light. When I say green light, you start moving towards me. If I say red light, you have to stop. Are you ready? Yeah. Green light, red light. Oh, wait a minute. What are you guys doing? Green is go.
Go back.
Green light, red light. Red light. Red. Hey, wait a minute. No, I said red light. Green light, red light. Green light, red light. No, no, no. Red is not to go. Red is to stop. Guys, it's simple. When light's green, you stay in. When light turns red, you get out.
Our trainers were born to trade. Watch Kip Cohen and all your favorites only on WizeTRADE TV.
Red light. Y'all are not doing this right. You all have to start over.
Chances are you've seen TV ads from the big investment companies. Big, meaning big campaigns, big celebrity spokesmen, and big promises. But it rarely means down-to-earth, one-on-one service from someone who really knows about investing. Let's be honest, potential is interesting, but performance is everything. Demand more, get more at Options Express. At Options Express, we offer innovative, easy-to-use features like free investing education, virtual trading for free, and a powerful, easy-to-use platform that helps take the guesswork out of investing. At Options Express, we're all about the individual investor. So if you ever need help, we're online or on the phone with a registered broker. Test drive Options Express, where you'll find a culture that focuses on your success. Demand more, get more at Options Express. Respond by May 31st for your free investment kit. Go online now.
You're watching WizeTRADE TV. Alrighty, traders, welcome back to the second half of a fantastic edition of the WizeTRADE University. And don't forget, WizeTRADE University is here to bring you 1 full hour of training each and every day on WizeTRADE Television. I'm Tony Marino alongside CommandTRADE strategist and new dad, Derek Seek. And today's topic of conversation, a very, very popular one, CommandTRADE FX, CTFX. You have pretty much walked us through the entire overview screen.
Yeah, at this point, we should have pretty much touched on every single button here within the software. While we were on break, actually a new button appeared. Let's go into the software right here. This on-air button, that is indicating that right now there is CT or CTFX training going on. We do our training using WebEx. It's the WizeTRADE iLearn series. Anytime you see that button, know that there's training available for you. A couple other things we need to talk about. I just really glazed over it there at the end of the last break, and that's your launching pad. From the top left-hand corner of your screen, backtest, trade manager, web. Clicking any of these launching pads will launch the corresponding screen. So obviously, clicking on that back test will launch the back test. Trade Manager will launch the Trade Manager. Web will launch the web community. It's within that web community that you're able to download different strategies, communicate with other CommandTRADE FX users, so on and so forth. The button that we want to click on, though, for today's lesson, Trade Manager. Now, I'm going to click that Trade Manager. It's going to bring the Trade Manager screen up. But what I want you to really notice what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to the overview screen and minimize it. One of the challenges with CommandTRADE or CommandTRADE FX is that you have different windows that you'll work with inside of your workspace. So what we'll tell you is, hey, always make sure you keep a clean workspace. If you're not actively using the window, make sure you minimize it. Bring it to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen so you have that nice, clean workspace, and you can just hop from screen to screen to screen if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that overview screen, get back into our Trade Manager, and let's talk about the Trade Manager. Kind of as the name would imply, this is where you follow your trading activity. This is where you follow what's going on in your account, what strategies you have set up, so on and so forth. Let's get in here. Trade Manager, this area right here, follow my mouse, I'm circling this area, is for manual order entry. Although CommandTRADE FX is an automated trading platform, should you decide that you want to enter a trade in a manual capacity, you absolutely can do that. One reminder is, hey, there are certain risks associated with manual trading and automated trading. So make sure you understand, hey, I'm not manually trading a currency that I have a strategy turned on to. All right. Let me show you how that manual trading works. Pretty simple stuff here. Drop down the symbol row, select a currency. What am I going to do? Well, let's say, for example, I'm going to buy. You'll notice that I already have a strategy turned on. So there is some protection there for you, telling you, hey, you can't manually trade this because you have a strategy turned on. Let's select a different currency pair, maybe that dollar Canadian. Let's click on that buy button. You'll see an order confirmation window appears, and it's saying, hey, you're about to buy 10 US dollars market. Place that order, boom, we're long. So in this open positions area, what are we going to see? Well, your open positions. Make sense? It's also going to show you, hey, are you up on the trade? Are you down on the trade? It's going to show you based in dollars and cents. It's going to show you based in percentages. And then it will also show you, hey, pips. You know, right now I'm down about 4 pips on that market order. When it's time for me to sell, just simply click on it, sell, place order.
Easy enough.
Yeah, easy enough. Manual order entry, very simple. Let's go ahead and do something again here. I'm going to just buy some more.
Now, is the 10 indicative of one lot like it is on WizeTRADE Forex, or is that actually 10 lots right now?
Yeah, right now that is a $1,000 investment.
Okay.
$1,000 investment. Okay. So now that I'm in a trade, and again, this is specific for those situations when you may go into manual order entry or a manual trading capacity. Underneath this order type area, guys, you're going to see a lot of different order types here, okay? There's a lot of order types. It's very important that you learn what each order type does. Go to the brokerage's website, and they have a specific section that outlines, hey, this order type does this, this is how this order type works, so on and so forth. If you're going to start moving into some of those exotic order types, make sure you understand exactly how they work. I can't emphasize that enough. MB Trading has a great place on their website that goes through and explains exactly what each order type does, how it works, so on and so forth. So I can't emphasize that enough. If you're gonna go into the realm of manual trading, make sure you understand exactly what these order types do.
All right.
Okay, so that's manual trading, simple enough. Do you want to use a market order, a limit order, so on and so forth, your buy button, your sell button, your cancel button. Pending orders, as the name would imply, hey, those are your pending orders, right? Orders that are out there waiting to get executed. In an automated capacity, you're not going to see things in pending orders. Why? Because the entry and exit resides on our server. Our server sends that order to the brokerage firm, and then boom, what happens? UC fills. Okay. Completed transactions. Again, just as the name would imply, completed transactions outlines the transactions that have been completed, transactions or trades that have executed. So there you go, manual order entry section, your pending orders, your completed transactions, and then, of course, your open positions. Directly to the right of your open positions, trade detail. Trade detail is going to outline your trading activity. It's going to outline your entries for your open positions. It's going to outline any transactions that you closed today. It's going to show you the P&L related to that. And then it will eventually move into trade history. Trade history being a historical accounting of all of your trading activity. Does that make sense? Account details, again, directly to the right of trade history, account details. Hey, this is just simply going to outline the buying power in your account. This is a paper trade account. This is one of my test accounts, so the number's really inflated here. We're going to start you off with roughly $4,000 in your paper trade account. If you want, you can add capital to it by clicking the Add Capital button. But again, this is simply outlining, hey, what's going on in your account, your start of day equity, your realized P&L, your unrealized P&L, how many long side positions you have, short side positions, open positions, and again, you know, pretty self-explanatory there. Preferences tab.
That's pretty sweet, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if there are any brokers sites that show you the long position, the short position, the open position.
Your exposure long, your exposure short, your total exposure.
Nice and neat of a little format.
Absolutely. You know, guys, again, the people at WizeTRADE have been in the business now for nearly 10 years. We work with professionals. We work with individual investors. We know the tools you need. We know the tools that you desire. And after 10 years of trading technology, building this trading technology, it's all there at your fingertips. Right back into the software here. Next to your account details section, your preferences tab. Your preferences tab. Guys, really not a whole lot of exciting stuff here. One thing that I would suggest you do is in the commission per trade, just go ahead and put that 0 for now. We're in a paper trading capacity. What I really want you to do at the end of the day is see how many pips you're capturing, see your P&L, and then later on in the real world, we'll start looking at how commissions start affecting your trading. But again, through our integrated partner, MB Trading, I think you're going to find a fair business partner. No doubt about that. Okay, this is where we need to spend some time. The very next tab, your account allocation. All right, your account allocation. This is where you tell CommandTRADE how to invest your money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by clicking on the very left-hand box symbol. Now, what I'm doing is I'm setting up my account allocation for each individual currency pair. So I'm saying, hey, CommandTRADE, for this particular currency pair, I would generally like you to invest this much. Follow my mouse. I'm going to go ahead and click on the symbol drop down, select the symbol that I want. In this particular situation, I'm going to select the euro dollar. Now that I've selected the euro dollar, I'm going to press the tab key on my keyboard, and it's asking me how many lots I'd like to trade. If I place a 0.5 here, well, you know what I'm doing? I'm trading one of those micro lots. It's roughly a $50 investment or so. If I put in a 1 here and press tab on my keyboard, well, I'm now setting it up to invest roughly $100 at a time. If I put in a 1-0 here, what am I doing? Well, I'm setting it up to roughly trade about $1,000 or so at a time. So 0.5 is the micro lots, roughly 50 bucks. 1, we're investing roughly $100 at a time. 10, we're investing roughly $1,000 at a time. So for us, for our example here, we're going to put in a 1. We're going to press tab on our keyboard all the way across. And now anytime I trade the euro dollar, what's going to happen? Well, I'm investing 1 lot, roughly 10K. It's a $100 investment. For the euro dollar, it's actually going to cost me 153 bucks. You're going to see my P&L per pip. Well, every time I move a pip higher, I'm making $1. Every time I move a pip lower, it's going $1 against me. I know that was a lot there in a short period of time. Let's do it again. Here we are. I'm going to select the next currency pair, the dollar-yen. Now that I've selected the dollar-yen, I'm going to press tab on my keyboard. And maybe the dollar-yen, I like to trade a full-size lot. So I'm going to put in 1-0. Press tab on my keyboard, and what's it telling me? My margin required is roughly $1,000. My P&L per pip is $9.55, and my pip value, so on and so forth. So what you're going to do is you're just going to customize, you know, how you like to invest for each currency pair. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the entire process here. Our euro dollar, we set it up for 1. Our dollar yen, I'm going to go ahead and set it up for 1 here as well. I'm going to click this little drop-down box underneath the dollar-yen, pound-dollar. I'll set that up for 1. Press tab on my keyboard. Again, my pip value is $1. my profit per pip, $1, my margin requirement, $195. So it's showing me what my investment is going to be to trade one of those lots of that size. And just keep going through, set up your account allocation for the currency pairs that you like to trade. I'm going to go ahead and set this up as a 1 as well. You know, in a paper trading capacity, I think that it makes a lot of sense to invest hundreds of dollars at a time. When you do go live, again, I think it's great to start off hundreds of dollars at a time. What we're going to do is we're going to play the game conservatively. As we start making more money, as we start building up our account, then you know what? Maybe we'll move from 1 to 2. In this particular situation, pound yen, I'm looking to trade 2. $390 margin requirement, my P&L per pip, $1.91. Now, once you've made and established the changes that you like, you're going to want to save those changes. Something else we need to talk about right here, exit positions minutes prior to the market close.
I'm just thinking, well, you know, you're walking us through this because I'm learning along with a lot of other people, and I'm just thinking that there must be people out there right now saying, man, that's sweet.
It really,
that's what I was thinking.
Guys, a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights from your WizeTRADE team, from Nick, myself, Derek Hughes, Kevin Dixon, to the guys back in the development room. Our hats off to all of you. We're really proud to be able to have this product out there, and the success stories that we're hearing just off the initial beta are just tremendous, tremendous stories. I think that if you're a viewer of WizeTRADE television, you're going to see the trader of the day, trade of the week. You're going to start seeing a lot of CTF guys, the CTFX guys. There's just no doubt about it. Right back into the software. We're still on the account allocation screen. Remember, the account allocation screen is how you tell CommandTRADE to invest your money. This is step 1 within the software. Step 1 within the software. We were talking about exit positions minutes prior to market close. Now, what this is basically saying is, hey, do I want to hold positions overnight? If I'm using a day trading strategy that liquidates before the close, then I'm going to liquidate based on my exit minutes prior to market close. Something that's important for us to talk about is, when does this market close? Well, it's nearly a 24/7 market. We are going to call the close and the open around MB trading. MB trading goes through its opening and closing procedures 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for us, that's when a day ends and when a session begins. I guess that should be the correct word. When the session ends, when the session begins, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what I'm looking at, exit positions minutes prior to market close. I'm going to go ahead and save this. What that's going to tell me is that, hey, you know what? 5 minutes before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for all my day trading strategies, liquidate them. I want to be in cash before the close. Oftentimes, people will do that to potentially avoid paying interest on their margin, so on and so forth. Okay, that was the trade manager portion. We looked at open positions. That makes sense. You know, hey, just showing you your open positions. We looked at trade detail. Outlines your trading activity. Today's trading events outlines from when you entered the position to when you exited the position, and your P&L, so on and so forth. Your trade history, a historical accounting of all your trading activity. Account details, again, just outlining all the buying power numbers, exposure numbers within your account. We went over the preferences tab. Really not a lot for you guys to do over there at home. The account allocation tab, remember guys, this is instrumental. This is step 1. This is what you have to do as soon as you log into that software, set up your account allocation. I think what I'm showing you right now is probably a really, really good starting point. Remember to use the tab key on your keyboard to move from field to field to field to field to field.
So when your strategy kicks in, whatever strategy you're using to trade, when the strategy kicks in, this is what it's going to be trading.
Absolutely.
You have to tell it what you want it to trade, otherwise it's
You're 100% right. Otherwise, what's going to happen? CommandTRADE's going to say, hey, I see that I'm supposed to enter. How much should I trade? Oh, 0.
Right.
So no trade is made. Here, now that we've set it up like this, you'll see, hey, I'm trading one lot. In this particular case, we're trading one of the smaller size lot. We're trading hundreds of dollars, not 50s of dollars. We're trading hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars. If you do want to set it up to trade thousands of dollars, again, that's when you're going to do 10. And you're going to see for the euro dollar, my margin requirement, $1,500. Anytime you make changes, make sure you save those changes. But remember, from computer to computer, the very first time you log into the software, make sure you set up that account allocation. Make sure you set up that account allocation. Okay, so that was the trade manager portion. Let's get into the strategy status screen. Follow my mouse. It's the top left-hand corner of your trade manager. You'll see there's another choice there. That choice, strategy status. Strategy status. And basically, we designed the strategy status screen to answer the following questions. What happens if you forgot what strategies you're running on what currency pairs? You go to your strategy status screen, and it outlines exactly what's going on. You can see, remember, we did turn a strategy on the euro dollar. The strategy is the day trade short euro dollar. Now check this out, Tony. What if I forget what that strategy is made up of? The ingredients of that strategy, so to speak. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to click on day trade short. You'll see day trade short now populates this area. The long rules for the day trade short, well, there aren't any. It's a short side strategy. Let's go to the short rules. Here you go. These are the short rules for that strategy. Scroll down on the side of your screen right there. And then the exit rules. CommandTRADE and CommandTRADE FX use that patent pending technology, the targeted trailing stop, to exit trades. The targeted trailing stop is an awesome technology. It provides that stop loss area so that, you know what, you're minimizing your losses, and then you have that profit target. Once that profit target is achieved, that's when the trail kicks in. So in this particular example, we have a 40 pip stop, a 30 pip target. Now, when that target is achieved, we're not going to take you out of the trade. Why? Because that's not maximizing profits. Remember the golden rule to investing: minimize losses, maximize gains. Well, we're going to minimize losses with that 40 pip stop. We're going to establish a profit target of 30 pips. Once we reach that profit target, that's when the trail kicks in. So as that currency continues to move in your direction, guess what, folks? You're trailing. You're really maximizing some profits there. Some other functionality here within the Trade Manager we can talk about. Again, the right-hand side of your screen, maybe you want to attach some strategies right from this side or right from this screen. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on or this gray bar in Strategy. Once I click on that gray bar, the strategy pop-up window is going to appear. And maybe I want to attach a strategy to, I don't know, maybe the euro dollar or the dollar yen. Here, I'll highlight dollar yen, for example. I'm going to find the strategy that corresponds to the dollar yen, and then from there, you know, you simply load it up and then turn it on. And once you've turned that thing on, guess what? You're on autopilot. Turn off your computer, go away, let the computer do what it's going to do. All day long, all night long, the software is going to be monitoring your currency, monitoring your strategy, seamlessly entering into the market, exiting the market based on the conditions of your strategy. You come home, you turn on your computer, and you say, hey, how'd you do for me? And lately, we've been just getting success story after success story after success story, and I think that's due to the huge, huge trends that the currency market gives us. I think that's due to, you know what, instead of needing to focus on a universe of 40,000 stocks, I can really limit that universe to a handful of currencies, get to know their movements. When the software finds that solid trend, move me in, move me out, take my money. So there you go, pretty much in a nutshell, our overview screen, our trade manager. We've pretty much touched on everything. Have a handful of minutes left, so what do you say we do a quick review here? Just real fast, real high level. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Overview screen. Top right-hand corner, your major currency pairs. Markets open, you're looking at those numbers update in real time. Markets closed, Those numbers.
I can change those if I want to, right?
Nope, those ones are static.
Those are static?
Those are static.
Okay.
The reason being because these are the major barometers of this market.
Okay.
Major barometers of this market. We don't want people to be looking at the peso or something like that. We want them to be looking at the right thing there.
Okay, so the three most major currency pairs that there are stay up there.
No doubt. Realized P&L, chips that have been taken off the table. We did some manual trades here, just kind of goofing off on the show. So we've got a negative P&L. Those are trades that we've actually cashed out. Unrealized P&L, hey, that's a trade we're still in. Remember, we did some practice, some manual trading just to show you that functionality.
Darn, here comes my brother-in-law. I don't want him to see how much money I got in my account.
Right-click there.
Take that off.
Boom, it's gone. Your streaming news, click on that, launches the WizeTRADE streaming news. Your on-air button telling you, hey, there's training available for you. Your launch pads, this will launch the backtest, the trade manager, the web interface. Your symbol row, hey, click there, pick the symbol that you want. Green lights and red lights. Behind each green light and red light resides that WizeTRADE algorithmic chart. Green line represents demand, red line represents supply. When those lines intersect, that's typically when you had to take action, but not anymore. CTFX is going to do it for you. Each and every one of these charts has that right-click functionality. Right-click to customize, whether you want to customize, hey, I like the 20-interval view, or you know what, I like to see as much information as possible. Other things you can customize, your time format. Remember the different properties. You can change colors, so on and so forth. The streaming data field right over here. Data points, there are 60 different customizable data points. You don't need to go in and customize anything, but if you like to, you customize by right-clicking within the software. The customization is done through the drag and drop. Just simply drag and drop. Here's ATR, drag it, drop it, current market minute.
There's a ton of customization for actual information, and there's a ton of customization just for creature comforts.
No doubt about it. You can color code it. That's that, as you like to call it, the Italian flag. Just drag it and drop it over there. And what am I doing? I'm color coding things. Maybe there's specific points of interest for you that you want your eyes to just naturally gravitate to. Color code it. Again, remember with currencies, we're dealing with a different number of decimal points, or, well, there's one decimal point, but a different number of digits after the decimal point. That's when you're going to do some customization. Probably you're going to go to 0.00 with all those dollar signs, and you know what that's going to do? It's going to set you up so that you're getting the proper number of decimal points. Anytime that you feel like, hey, I've just gone crazy here and I just should have kept it the way it came out of the box, risk set back to defaults, you should be good to go there. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the chart. Your sort function, hey, remember that just allows you to sort your currency pairs, the way they look. Your baskets, your interval manager, all standard stuff there. Your trade manager, going through this real quick, remember open positions, manual order entry over here, open positions over here. We're running out of time, so the main thing I have to emphasize, account allocation, folks. Step one. Step one within your software, set up your account allocation. Anytime you need a hand, anytime you're experiencing any challenges or growing pains with the software, you know where to find us. We're at info@CommandTRADEFX.com.
All right, and account allocation, again, is going to be the most important area for you to pay attention to, because that essentially tells CommandTRADE what to trade for you. All right, Derek Seek, thank you very much. Great job as always. Ton of information, gang. As Derek mentioned, info@CommandTRADEFX.com. Send your questions there, and I'm sure you do have some. All right, thanks for being with us on WizeTRADE University. Go and watch all the training available to you on WTV.